Hello, welcome to Sports Center watch along of the Carabao Cup semi-final match going on between Chelsea and Tottenham, and we're now in the 11th minute where Chelsea currently leads 1 goal to nil via a goal or an own goal scored by Kai Havertz. This match is currently going down in Chelsea Stamford Bridge Stadium in London against their London neighbour Tottenham. And the goal was actually awarded to Kai Havertz, assisted by Marcos Alonso in the fifth minute. Yeah. Actually, this will be the eighth different EFL Cup tie between Chelsea and Tottenham, and fourth to take place in the semi-finals of the competition. Actually, no sides have met in the final four of this EFL Cup more often. Talk about two teams actually know how to meet themselves in this competition. So for Chelsea fans, this is big news for them because it seems like the debacle going down between Thomas Tuchel and Lukaku seem to have been smoothing over, as the huge Belgian is leading the line today for Chelsea after his bust out against Thomas Tuchel in the media, which has been causing a bit of controversy in the past few days. But for Chelsea, they have Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, Cesar Azpilicueta, Malangsar, Antonio Rudiger, Marcos Alonso in defense, Saul Niguez, Jorginho in midfield, Hakim Ziyech, Kai Havertz and missing wing, assisting Romelu Lukaku, who I mentioned before, up front. While for Tottenham, they have Hugo Lloris, Jafet Tanganga, Davison Sanchez, Ben Davis, Emerson Royal, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Oliver Skip, Matt Doherty, Lucas Moura, Harry Kane, and the Korean Son Heung-min. So these are the starting lineups for both sides, and any of the team that win today will be going straight up into the final going up into the final and set a date for who wins between Okay, so whoever wins to this match between Chelsea and Tottenham will be going up against either Liverpool and Arsenal, who played their own first leg come January 13. This match should have gone down, but a bout of COVID-19 in the camp of Liverpool has caused this match to be moved on to January 13th. So we're now in the 15th minute of the match, and it seems like the only moment worth speaking about happened in the past 17 minutes now of the match is the goal scored by CARABAO in the 5th minute of the match. Possession count for both teams with Chelsea 62%, while Tottenham has only had 37% of the ball in this first half. While Chelsea has 0 shot of target and 2 shots on target, Tottenham on their own side has had no shot off target, and might I mention also 0 shot on target. This match seems to be a one-sided one, as Chelsea have dominated all starts all night long. So I just seen a replay of a beautiful call by Akin from outside the city, which drew an applause from Thomas Tuchel from the sidelines. So for Chelsea are totally dominating this Tottenham side because they have all stats in this first half on their side, from ball possession to the number of passes to shot on target. If we're also going to consider the shot off target also. So keep that out of play, and Tottenham will be having a train right now to be taken by Emerson Royale. Tottenham almost had a chance to equalize after a very beautiful pass from Harry Kane to Højbjerg, who struggled to keep the ball in control, and Chelsea recovered where Hakim Ziyech. That was a moment that if Højbjerg had handled the ball well, we could be having a thrilling game in our hands, because Tottenham almost had a chance to equalize. Tottenham just had a corner kick right now, which was briefly played in by Son, but couldn't get to any Tottenham defender, and Chelsea tried to counter with Lukaku having a surge forward, but could only let the ball to a throw-in after a beautiful dashing run. But Tottenham would be glad with how that ended, because that was almost seeming like a second goal for Chelsea. 25 minutes gone currently in this match, and Chelsea still leads 1-0, courtesy of a goal scored by Kai Havertz. Because I'm also trying to find this man, found Kai Havertz, who returned the ball to Marcos Alonso to Mason Mount. Marcos Alonso again, trying to beat off challenge from Emerson Royal, but got tangled up with Lucas Moura, who destabilizes his flow, and Emerson Royal kicked the ball out for a corner kick for Chelsea, for a throw-in to Chelsea. Chelsea are really dominating proceedings right here. Jorginho, who almost found Lukaku, but Hugo Lloris was quick to that and knocked the ball off, literally over Lukaku's head. Chelsea are really not relenting in their foray, in their attack, in their attack against Tottenham. Ziyech just swept the beautiful cross into the box, hoping to find the head of Mr. Mount, but Doherty was there to knock the ball out, and Chelsea will be having a corner kick. 30 minutes of the first half played, and Chelsea will be glad with how this match has progressed since the first whistle was blown. How far now? Massive support Chelsea are currently enjoying from their fans right now. I'm so sure it's one of the factors pouring them on as they've come into this match with the zeal and the confidence to dominate from the first blast of the whistle up until now. If you're a Chelsea fan, you'll be so glad with the amazing support that the Chelsea folks have enjoyed today on the pitch. Chelsea has a corner kick against Tottenham right now. Seems like Kai Havertz will be struggling due to a finger injury he sustained in the early minutes of this match. Hakim Ziyech will take a corner kick, and Rudiger attempt to push to either to go could only find the side netting, however off a deflection of Tanganga, so Chelsea will be having another corner kick, but that was almost a second goal for Chelsea. Good defending from Tanganga right there. Corner kick has been taken, and Chelsea still piling up the pressure as Marcos Alonso just with the ball in, but a Tottenham defender is right there to knock it out. Chelsea are not relenting, and that crossing has been gathered by Hugo Lloris impressively. Good period of pressure right there from Chelsea, but Tottenham would try to break right now as Doherty is on the wing, but his pass was cut out by a Chelsea defender who finds Lukaku, who is trying to beat off Davinson Sanchez, but then Davinson Sanchez I think he has knocked him down, and the free kick will be given against Davinson Sanchez. He tried impressively to stop Lukaku right there, but while trying to kick the ball out for corner kick, I think got the leg of Lukaku instead, and the referee rightfully gave that out for a free kick, although with no yellow card to sustain, because I don't think that was really what a yellow card. A warning, I think that would deserve. I think if there's any player of Chelsea who really needs to make a point for himself today, would be Romelu Lukaku after that period he had with Thomas Tuchel, and it seems like it's the second goal for Chelsea. Yeah, the second goal for Chelsea, because I think it's an own goal. It's an own goal for Tottenham, because Chelsea has a second goal right now off that corner kick, and it's a bit of a mix-up because a Tottenham defender, Tanganga, was trying to head the ball out, but Ben Davis was in the way, and the ball knocked. The ball was knocked in by a deflection on his shoulder, and Tottenham are 2 goals down. Antonio Conte could only look dejected and disappointed, but Chelsea will be glad as they now lead 2-0. That was very unfortunate for Ben Davis, who was trying his best to get away from the way, but he never knew that ball would hit him on his shoulder. But Chelsea wouldn't care because they currently lead 2-0, and they are more steps closer to the final between either Liverpool or Arsenal. I think there will be a second leg. Yeah, there will be a second leg come January 12th. There will be a second leg between these two sides. Up corner. I think I'll be happy if Tottenham can bring this game alive with scoring a goal before the first half is finished, because if this match should continue like this, it's going to be one-sided, and we might not need a second leg, because even if we have a second leg, Chelsea leading Chelsea leading without conceding, Chelsea winning this game with a huge goal difference without conceding would almost mean a second leg that might just be for formality. Because if Tottenham can't score at least a goal and maybe draw this match, I don't think they have a fight in the second half. We have 40 minutes played right now with 5 minutes remaining in normal regulation time in the first half, barring any added minute that might be added by the referee. For me, the only impressive player I've seen for Tottenham in this first half is Son Heung-min, who is it seems like every little chance of attack that Tottenham has had, and that was almost a third goal for Chelsea. That should have been a third goal for Chelsea, and that should have been his moment that he has been hoping for. But Romelu Lukaku could only guide his header few meters off the left hand side, low towards the left hand side of Igoloris post. You'll be a little bit dejected that didn't go in, because it was just few meters between the post and the ball going in. And Kai Havertz is on the floor, and it seems like Thomas Tuchel will be bringing in a new striker, and that should be Timo Werner. Timo Werner will be coming in to substitute Kai Havertz, who I think can't continue. I don't know for what reason, but it seems like he won't be able to continue. Kai Havertz continues, and Timo Werner will still be on the sideline pending how things progresses with Kai Havertz, who I think got a hit in the head, but the medical team of Chelsea thinks he should still be able to continue. So I was talking about Son Heung-min for Tottenham, who has been the only bright spot for Tottenham in this first half, coordinating all the few chances of attack that this Tottenham Hotspur side has been able to enjoy in this first half. But its efforts are seeming not enough, because Chelsea has utterly been brilliant in this first half. So as the Predators' close chance was easily wrapped up by Hugo Lloris. Jorginho to Riyad Mahrez. Sorry, I mean actually sometimes I misplace both Riyad Mahrez and Hakim Ziyech, because obviously they are both African. Obviously they are from two different North African countries, but their style of play seems similar. Even their stature, and with the fact that they both use their left foot, It's just amazing how much these guys have in common. So pardon me or forgive me if I almost or always mistake both players for each other. It's Hakim Ziyech for Chelsea and Riyad Mahrez for Manchester City. So Chelsea are having a two goal lead right now against Tottenham after goals scored by Kai Havertz in the first 5 minutes of the match. Ben Davies scoring an own goal, an unfortunate one at that, on the 34th minute of the match. Thomas Tuchel can be seen giving some instruction to Timo Werner, who was on the verge of coming on for Kai Havertz before he was told to continue. And I think he might be one of the earliest substitutions for Chelsea in the second half. If the challenge, if the medical challenge that Kai Havertz has been having seems to like overwhelming for the German. The referee blows the whistle for the first half, and it has been Chelsea all game long, all 45 minutes long. Antonio Conte would really have some. It would really have. I feel the Tottenham players should have an earful from Antonio Conte, because it seems like they've not thrown back the challenge they received from Chelsea back to the Chelsea players. They seem like it seemed that that doesn't know how to eat Chelsea. Even try as much as possible eat them on the counter, because Kepa Arrizabalaga has been on holiday in this first half, which can be proven from this quick start that says Tottenham has had no shot on target. Worse still, no one shot off targets in this first half. That's how poor the Tottenham Hotspur side has been in this first half. Antonio Conte can only wish that his team will come back biting in the second half that will be starting in the next 15-20 minutes. Until then, Chelsea still leads 2-0. We'll be right back for the second half once it starts. So we are right back for the second half. We are right back for the second half between for the second half encounter between Chelsea and Tottenham. And Tottenham are currently 2 goals down after a goal scored by CARABAO, who has been substituted for Timo Werner. And I mentioned it before the first half finished there. It seems like Timo Werner will be the first substitute that will be made by Thomas Tuchel, because apart from the finger injury sustained by CARABAO, he also received, I guess, a knock to his head that left him dazed for a short while before being allowed to continue and finish the first half, but has been duly removed by Thomas Tuchel to be examined by the medical team, and I guess for protective measures. While the second goal was an own goal scored by Ben Davies, an unfortunate own goal at that. But Chelsea wouldn't care, because they are, I would say, 1.5 leg closer to the final of the Carabao Cup. Tottenham has come out chasing the last balls, come out hitting those balls and trying to put Chelsea on the back foot, as a cross in almost made the head of Son Heung-min, but a Chelsea defender proved equal to the challenge and made sure that the scoreline still is 2 goals to Chelsea and 0 to Tottenham. Also, Tottenham has made their own substitute, their own first substitute themselves, because James Doherty has been brought up for Tanguy Ndombele Alvaro. A bit of I guess they're trying to inject more into their attacking side and see what they can score in this second half, because Tottenham has had a torrid and poor they had a torrid and poor first half, and it would take Harry Kane, Son Heung-min and Lucas Moura to improve their game in this first half if Tottenham are going to have any chance at all of putting up a fight against the Chelsea side. Ndombele was brought down by a Chelsea defender, and they'll be having by, okay, that was Sarr. Sarr was the guy that brought down Ndombele, and Tottenham will be having a chance from a very prime position to score at least a goal, and Harry Kane, I guess, will be taking this. We'll also have Lucas Moura getting set for that, but I guess Harry Kane will be the one to take this, and this is a very prime position for Harry Kane to try to put this directly into the back of Kepa. Chelsea players are trying to set up their wall, and Harry Kane is getting set to take the free kick. And Harry Kane with a beautiful hit. He didn't take it. He didn't take it unexpectedly. He took it on the ground, and Kepa was aware of that and was able to push that out push that out of danger for himself and also for his side. And Tottenham are trying all their best to see if anything can be salvaged from this first half. A second look at that free kick, it was a very brilliant one, but Kepa proved equal to the challenge, and the scoreline series 2-0. I came with a good chance to bring Tottenham back, but unfortunately couldn't happen as we wish. Harry Kane finds Son Heung-min, who couldn't get the ball well in control before a Chelsea defender or a Chelsea player came to tackle the ball off him, and Timo Werner for the first time on the ball since he was brought in for Kai Havertz, but Davinson Sanchez was there to push the ball out for a corner kick. Hakim Ziyech with a very good chance to score Chelsea's third goal after a beautiful pass from Lukaku, but he should be doing better, as the stem shot was gladly, I use the word gladly, was gladly picked up by Hugo Lloris, who didn't have to struggle so much defending against that. In the Bulu with his first important contribution of the match, but his contribution can only see his effort go way off the goalpost of Chelsea, and Chelsea will be having a goal kick right now. If this can continue in this manner, Chelsea are going to be the most happier one, because as much as Chelsea has relaxed in their domination that they had from the first half, Tottenham themselves have not wrapped themselves in glory with their inefficiency in front of goal, with the few chances they've had in the second half. I guess for the past 4 seasons, we've gotten used to the fact that the Carling Cup has been won over and over again by Manchester City. But for this season's Carabao Cup, we should be having a new winner because Man City had already been knocked out before the semi-final stage, and Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, and Liverpool are the only side that has the opportunity to win this competition. And it's amazing to see that as much as this competition, the Carabao Cup, has been given less importance, if you look at before the stage of the competition, you see most of these big sides using if the academic players to even see out see out their assignments in other rounds of the competition. But this is towards the end of the competition. This is the part of the competition that you need your best players, you need your top players. And Chelsea, if you check their first 11, you'll find players that would make their first 11 any day, anytime in the Premier League. Even for Tottenham, unlike previous rounds where you see players that you've never heard of starting off for this top English side. So I guess they've reached this point in the season where they now accept the fact that even a Carabao Cup can be a very meaningful cup come the end of the season, because no matter how small the trophy might be or might sound or might look like, a trophy is still a trophy, it's still always a silverware. And Antonio Conte will be wishing its sides can improve on their performance and give the Tottenham Hotspur fans a chance to celebrate, because it seems like so much money has been spent on the team. And let's not forget their new stadium, over £1 billion was spent to build it from ground zero. Imagine that amount of investment, and you want to see how all of this investment can improve performance on the pitch. But it hasn't been that case for Tottenham, who has changed coaches, I guess 3 times, from Mourinho to the Portuguese that was sacked before Antonio Conte came in. So if Antonio Conte would really, I feel, want to win a trophy and make the Tottenham Hotspur fans happy after so many years since their last trophy win, I guess in 2007 or 2008, also the Carabao Cup, although then known as the Carling Cup. He would want to win this trophy. He would want to win this year's Carabao Cup, but that can only happen if his team can use the remaining less than 30 minutes of the match remaining to improve their performance and claw their way back, and hopefully hope to win the second leg also. Tottenham, Lucas Moura with a cross to Indobile, who scavenges and try to win the ball back from Hakim Ziyech or Western. No, Isha couldn't keep the ball under control. So and Chelsea's Hakim Ziyech came back. One possession was struck back by Ben Davies, and the referee blew for a free kick. And Timo Werner with a beautiful chance right there, but he couldn't guide that past Hugo Lloris and find the back of the net. But nevertheless, Thomas Tuchel with a plus. And that was a beautiful drive by Timo Werner, who cut in from the wing after a pass from Marcos Alonso, but his right-footed effort can only be guided past the goalpost of Ugo Lloris. And Harry Kane is down, and the referee just gave Sarr, Chelsea defender, a yellow card for his tackle on Harry Kane. Harry Kane seems knocked out by that challenge. Oh, it was a duel. Both players trying to win an area ball, but I feel Sarr's elbow got the face of Harry Kane, who is still lying down on the pitch, and that shouldn't knock him out of the game. He should be able to come up and continue in this game, I say. But the medical team of Chelsea are trying to see what they can do. Medical team of Tottenham, I mean, are on the pitch trying to see what they can do to help Harry Kane back on his feet. But the referee thinks that tackle was deserving of a yellow card, and I don't know. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think they want to alter from Sarr, but his elbow got the face of Harry Kane, and you won't understand why the referee would give him in that instance. I think it's fair. I think the yellow card is fair. But Harry Kane is up. Harry Kane is up, and for sure it's going to continue. I think it's going to continue. It must be said that this Tottenham side they've improved in this second half, but it hasn't shown on the scoreboard, because no matter their improvements, no matter the improvement, it has only shown that they've had just one shot on target and one shot off target, unlike the first half where they had 0 shot on target and 0 shot off target. But this hasn't turned out or produced any solace for them, because they still threw Chelsea by 2-0. Harry Kane with a fast free kick that was knocked back by Marcus Alonso, but as far as hitting the ball back to Lucas Moura, who was trying to find Emerson Royal but couldn't get a good hold of the ball, and the ball is out for a throw-in. Chelsea has impressively defended well in this match, and the Tottenham left backs, who have been trying to whip those crosses in from the wings, have really struggled in this game. And it's a free chance to Timo Werner to score a third goal for Chelsea, whose attempt to hit the ball above Ugo Lloris, and he should be slapped for that. He should be knocked for that. This should have been a third goal for Chelsea. He tried lifting the ball above Ugo Lloris, who had one hand outstretched and got his hand to it. That should have been a third goal for Chelsea. And Timo Werner, this is the reason why Thomas Tuchel always have him on the bench. This is not the reason Chelsea bought him for a hefty sum of amount from RB Leipzig. That should have been a third goal for Chelsea. But Tottenham will be glad because the match still reads 2 goals to 0, and let's see if they can use that close moment of devastation for themselves as motivation to get back into this game. Chelsea's defense is really tight and impressive in this game, I must say. Many a time the attackers of Tottenham don't even get close to the box 18 before they are put down, before they are tackled, before the ball is cutting off them by these Chelsea's defenders, the likes of Sarr, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, and Marcos Alonso. Big ups to them in this game. They've truly proven impressive entirely in this game. Really, Lukaku time and again just finds himself on the floor, but the referee wouldn't budge as he allows the games to continue, and Tottenham are still trying to get past that Chelsea's tight defense, but to no avail. And though the ball will be knocked back as Tottenham are trying to beat and pass their way past this Chelsea's tight defense. Lucas Moura with almost an acrobatic effort, but his attempt can only go way above the goalpost of Chelsea. Emerson Royal with that crossing, but unlucky for Lucas Moura.